Okay, so I'm going to do 2 videos this morning, mainly because last night was a really hard night for me. And the night before last was a really hard night for me after everybody left my house. This video is basically going to be on why. I see people all the time that message me and they're like, you are so strong. How do you do it? How do you get through from one day to the next? How do you keep your faith? How do you trust that God done this for a reason? Okay, for starters, I am not in no means perfect. I flip out. I have meltdowns. I cry in the shower. I cry on my way to work. I cry going to the grocery store. I cry in the baby section, even though I have a newborn baby. It's normal. And just because I can be strong some does not always mean that I'm strong always. And this is very hard for me because the night before last, I put my baby to bed and he was sleeping, and I just looked at him and it's like, he's so beautiful. And then I was like, I'm sad. Why am I sad? I have this newborn baby. I have a beautiful life. I mean, my husband is the most amazing thing in the world. How am I sad? And then I started thinking, I was like, I have lost a baby. And just because I have a new baby does not mean that baby was never here. It does not mean that I went through 38 weeks of pregnancy. It does not mean that I was in labor for over 40 hours. It does not mean that I gave birth to the most perfect, healthy baby boy. Seriously, I mean, it's crazy that some people might think that you'll get over it after another baby comes, and it's not. Everett did not help things. Everett made me happy. Everett saved my life, because God knows where I would be today if it wasn't for that little boy. But he doesn't help my loss. And the person that asked me that question, it's no offense to them because I've had it asked way more times. But he didn't help the fact that I lost Emmett. He helped me learn that I have a purpose. He helped me learn that I am here for a reason, and I'm here to take care of this baby, and he needs me. But I question God so much. I ain't even gonna lie. When Emmett first passed away, I lost all faith. I was like, is God even real? And y'all might hate this, but it's truth. Is God even real? Is he there? Why would he do this to me? I've done so much. I'm such a good person. I try to help anyone that comes around. I've grown up a lot. I've had a rough childhood. Like, could I at least have a break? And then when this happened, it shattered me. It was like, why? Why me? But then I thought, why not me? And then I'm like, why did God even let me get pregnant? We tried for so long. Why did God let me get pregnant at that moment, knowing when I seen those 2 pink lines on a pregnancy test, God knew that he was going to take this baby from me 11 days after he was born. God knew that. And yet he still allowed it to happen. So in my mind, I'm like, why? How are you doing this? Why is it that all these people that don't want babies can have all the babies in the world? And that's probably going to be another hate comment, but still. And then I can't even have mine that I was going to give the world. And if you're a lost parent or a lost mom, that comment means a lot to you, because that's what's going through your head. You're like, why was I not good enough? Am I not supposed to be a mother? Was I not ready? All these things flash back in your head, and you're like, why? Like, that's the only question you can ask your entire life that you're never going to get an answer to, is why. Because I had to sit down and think of why and come up with my own answer, because I'm never going to get an answer. But then I started thinking, my child died. He died for a reason. Whether I want to believe it or not, whether anyone else wants to believe it or not, he did. And I need to make it worth it. I don't need to lay around all day long and be like, oh, my son died. I can't get out of bed. I know you're going to take your time. Anybody that's ever had a tragic loss needs to take their time. But me personally, I cannot lay in bed and be like, my life is so awful. I need to make losing my son worth it. If it's going to happen, why not make it worth it? I need to help people know they're not alone. Because there's a lot of people that will get pregnant and they don't even talk about that they were ever pregnant. Or they'll lose a baby and you'll know that they announced that they were pregnant, and next thing you know, they're not pregnant, and you're like, oh, I don't want to ask because they didn't say, oh, I'm not pregnant anymore, I lost my baby. But still, it's like, you want to question, but don't. There is a purpose. Whether we want to believe it, whether we want to sit and cry about this purpose all day long, there is one. So, it's okay to take your time. It's okay to get sad. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to want to cuss someone out or even punch a wall, because I'm pretty sure I've came really close to that. But I really like my hand and I don't want to break it. But I've came really close. And so I don't want to put this image out there that I'm perfect and I'm just holly jolly through life and I lost my son and it doesn't matter. It's not that. It's that I'm going to take every day and make it worth it. You need to do that. You need to find your purpose. Maybe your purpose isn't making videos. Maybe your purpose is never telling anyone that you ever lost a baby. Maybe your purpose is to help people in disguise and never know it. Maybe your purpose is to become a NICU nurse and help other babies stay alive. I've heard so many stories of different moms that they find their calling after something tragic happens to them, and then they're still like, why? And then I'm like, your why's right there. You're changing the world and don't even know it. So open your eyes, pray, because God is real, and I have found my faith again, even though I personally do not go to church every Sunday. I have went a few times when I was pregnant with Everett, but I still pray. I still believe in God. But it's normal to have those moments after you've lost a baby where you're like, is God real? Where are you? Like, if you're out there, where are you? That's normal. We all fall short. So don't let that affect you the way that deep down you think that everybody is just getting through it and it's so easy and you're laying in bed and you're like, why? Why me? Don't. Because your baby mattered. And personally, the only thing I can say is make it worth it.